How many of you have heard of Zappos? Wow, that's a lot more than I expected. That's great. So Zappos started with pizza, actually, because I met Tony Shea, who's our CEO, because he started a pizza business in our college dormitory. He's always been a consummate entrepreneur. He thought that it was a smart thing to have a pizza business in our dorm because, you go out and drink a little bit and you get back home and you want something to eat. And I had a large college rooming group, so a lot of college roommates, so I would go downstairs every night and buy one or two pizza pies from him. He just thought I was really, really hungry, but I took it upstairs and sold it by the slice. And so that's why he got me to be CEO and CFO of the company, because he worked really hard and he made $2 an hour, and he made more money, but I made $2 a minute by just going downstairs, picking it up, and taking it upstairs. So we started with pizza. Tony started this company called Link Exchange. It was one of the first banner advertising networks in the U.S., and I joined a little bit later, and it was back in the day before the internet started becoming really large, but we sold that company to Microsoft in 1998 for $265 million. We decided that we love helping startups, and so we started a small fund called Venture Frogs, and raised money from friends and family of Link Exchange. We raised a small fund of $27 million and made about 27 investments. A lot of them don't exist anymore. We ran out of money in 1999, so we had to sort of focus on some of the companies that we invested in. Tony went to Zappos. I first went to Tell Me Networks. We sold that company in 2005 for about $800 million, and then I went to Zappos, and last year we closed the transaction with Amazon for $1.2 billion. I give you this history not because I want to brag or anything like that. We're all a function of our histories, and I really enjoy helping build special companies. And I think special companies have three characteristics. One is that they try to change the world in some way and do something in a better way. And there's some higher purpose behind that. The second thing is that it provides for a great place for employees to work. And the third thing, of course, it's a business. You have to make money at it as well. This is a background about Zappos. Zappos was founded in 1999 by Nick Swimmer, who has no background in shoes, no background in retail. He was just going into a store. He was looking for a particular pair of shoes. He went to one store, couldn't find the right size, went to another store, couldn't find the right color, went to another store after that, couldn't find the right style. So he went home empty-handed and very frustrated. Went on the internet back in 1999 was when Google started, and so he started to search for it, and he still couldn't find his shoes. So in 1999 in Silicon Valley was a great time to just quit your job and start a company. But I think if everybody knew how hard it was, they wouldn't have done that. But he did that. He quit his day job, started the company, and actually came to Venture Frogs and asked Tony and myself for financing, and we thought it was the craziest idea. And he actually said, he left a voicemail and said, "I think this is a crazy idea. I want to sell shoes on the internet." And I think we almost deleted the voicemail at that point. But then he went on to say that the U.S. shoe market is $40 billion. And we're like, so what? Who's still going to buy shoes on the internet? But then he shared with us the statistic that 5% or $2 billion was already being done by mail order. So it wasn't rocket science to believe that the internet was going to be bigger than mail order. And ever since then, from 1999 to even today, we have built this company based on not accepting no for an answer, because all along the way, there have been a lot of no's along the way. Today, we have 1,800 employees. Half of them are in our Las Vegas headquarters. The other half is in Louisville, Kentucky, where our distribution center is. And this thing about being on the Fortune 100 best companies to work for is something that we're really, really proud of, because when we set out to build Zappos, we had two main goals. One was to sell $1 billion in shoes, which we thought in 1999, 2000 timeframe was, just out of our reach. So we set our heights really, really high. The other thing we wanted to make sure was to create a really great place for employees. And so in 2009, it was the first year that we could participate in the Fortune 100 best companies to work for, because you have to be 7 years old and have 1,000 employees. We were named number 23, and this year we were named number 15.